Hey there, comic friends! New comic book day! At least for me it is. Got my comics right here. Almost sang a Christmas carol about comic books today, but no, I have my drum intro, so I didn't sing. This says I have 25 issues this week. Let's check out what we got. Get that stuff out of the way. Right off the bat, we have Moonshine, issue number 3. Okay, story so far. Largely, it's about the art right now for me. So Eduardo Rizzo's art is pretty awesome, so I'll be checking it out for that, if nothing else. Sorry if I have a little bit the sniffles. I've been outside. It's about 5 degrees out right now with wind chill. And, yeah, burr. So, Hal Jordan Green Lantern Corps, issue number 10. It's funny, somewhere along the way I keep saying, I think this is my last one. I have to be getting pretty close to it. It being the last one, I think. Or maybe it was just this last month I dropped it, so it might be another couple issues. But anyway, it has been, I've been enjoying it, actually. Surprisingly so, it has not been bad, because it hasn't been Hal Jordan, but the cover of that one makes it look like it's Hal Jordan. Gotham Academy issue number 4. Haven't really been reading this. It's part of my dropped kind of stuff. Can't even particularly remember what happened in the last issue. Not that it's bad, just not my cup of tea. It doesn't excite me. So, a book that I've been really enjoying, Detective Comics, 946. So, the Victim Syndicate, you could check that out and see how it works. This has been kind of a fun storyline. Actually, impatiently waiting for it to get over with because I really want us to get to the Batwoman-focused stuff that Marguerite Bennett's going to help write, and then goes on to actually be the Batwoman book. So excited for that. Barrow's on art, back on art on the book, so it'll look gorgeous too. So excited for that. Fun book. DC Reverse Holiday Special number 1. I pick up $10 book. Look at that. I always pick up the holiday specials. I like the holiday specials. I think they're fun. Just kind of odd stories lots of times, one-offs, that sorts of thing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to just checking out what all is in there. There's a Paul Dini story in there. Kind of excited to see Paul Dini's name showing back up here and there amongst DC stuff. I really hope they can get him to commit to a full-time book somewhere and do something. Maybe write us some Catwoman and make Catwoman right again. Because right now, I don't know. Weird. At any rate, Britannia. This is issue number 4. Is this the last issue? Might be the last issue. I have been enjoying this kind of first detective story. Sometimes the art gets a little murky color-wise. I know it's Jodi Valeri doing the colors on this issue anyway. She done the one. I think she's done all of them, which is kind of surprising. But it's just so dark. It's so dark that sometimes. I mean, I get that's the atmosphere, but clearly, even if you're reading or watching something that's at nighttime or in the dark, you need to be able to see it well enough to see what's going on as observers of the story, unless they really are out to not allow you to really see what's going on, I guess. And to me, that seems somewhat counterproductive. But anyway, Batgirl, Birds of Prey, issue number 5. The Oracle is revealed in this issue, so curious to see about that. I've been enjoying this more and more as it goes along. The Benson sisters, I think, are becoming stronger comic book writers. Don't know if that's just because their skills are improving, or they're embracing their own storyline more, or exactly what that is. But yeah, I actually have been enjoying it. Now, it's a book that might be a little shaky if it was like one of those books that was coming out twice a month, but it's not. So for the monthly book and for $2.99, I'm enjoying it. Wonder Woman, issue number 12. Excited to see what's next. This is Scott. I think this is the last Scott issue. I think this is the last Nicola Scott drawn issue. Big Artemis, I'm assuming that's who that is, looming large over her there on that cover. Yeah. Guys, always looking forward to the Wonder Woman stuff. It's good stuff. So here is Black, issue number 3. I have the regular cover I guess this mine's on the cover because it says Negro there as opposed to nigger. I guess it says nigger on one of the versions of the book. So the covers of these books are always really provocative and powerful and really interesting. And clearly you can start a conversation based on the covers. I just wish the stuff inside created the same level of conversation, and it hasn't yet. 2 issues in. It's actually caused more problems 2 issues in with the kind of the premise of the story. So looking forward to reading issue number 3 and seeing if some of that gets corrected or altered or see what's going on there. And then we'll see how much longer I hang on to it based on that. So yeah, it's black and white comic book. I'm not always a big fan of black and white comic books. There needs to be a reason for it to be, certain styles of books work really well in black and white. But this is kind of, so far, the story in this has been kind of 4-color superhero comics. And to me, superhero comics don't work really well in black and white unless it's telling some particular kind of story. And so far, this hasn't been. So, yeah. Clean Room issue number, what is this? 14 already. I was going to say 9 for some reason. 14. I always enjoy Clean Room. Curious to see what's going on here. This number 1 fan of Astrid Viller is just showing up. See what that ends up playing out like. Could be some craziness there. Yeah, it's just kind of it's got some shocking things in it. Like I said, I'm enjoying it. I don't know that it's necessarily the best Gail Simone written stuff. But yeah, a second issue of the new artist on the books. We'll see how that continues to work or doesn't work. Yeah. The final issue 6 of 6 of George Perez's Siren. Tell you the truth, I haven't read this since probably issue 3. But at issue 3, they were starting to come out not regular. I mean, they're coming out every other month anyway, but they really broke down and started to really become irregular. Whatever. It's George Perez. I'm on it for the George Perez. But I decided I will sit down and read the whole thing as one story, like a trade. This is another one of the wraparound covers. Yeah. Be curious to sit down at some point and read the whole thing, like I said, like a trade. So, a book I am looking forward to. Sorry for my yawning. It's been a very long week. I'm tired. Hadrian's Wall, issue number 4. Just a great piece of art there. Really liking this story too. Basically, crime noir, detective story, put in deep space, and great artwork by Riez, I guess is how you say his name. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing what goes on next with the characters and our detective friend in it. So, let's see, issue number 3 of Lost Boys, the kind of nostalgia book. It hits all the numbers of the movie. Nothing necessarily beyond that. I don't know so far that it really has contributed anything more to like the franchise or the story going forward at this point. But it is what it is as far as being a Lost Boys kind of thing. Picking it up once again because I am still getting the Vertigo bundle. It's just cheaper because there's so many Vertigo books that I do want to read or am interested in, that the 1 or 2 that pop in that I'm maybe not as interested in at 50% off, it's still worth it kind of a thing. And I've actually grown to like some of the books that were initially I started reading. I'm like, I don't necessarily care for this one way there. I'm just getting it because of the bundle. Now they have become comic books I actually really enjoy reading. And of course, I picked up this Shadows of the Grave, Richard Corbin. Anytime Richard Corbin's going to put out a new book, I am going to get it. Maybe the written storytelling isn't as strong as some comic books out there and some horror books and whatnot. But Mr. Corbin and I believe his daughter does the coloring. Never miss a beat as far as visually being incredible visionary storytellers as far as that goes. I really like his style. He is unique. He is a somebody who has come out of, I probably think, the tail end of the Golden Age, certainly the early Silver Age, doing his own thing. Some may say at a cost of not doing superhero comics and that sort of thing, the mainstream books quite so much. But so what? He has got so much creepy, eerie kind of things. He's got the heavy metal kind of stuff, and clearly a lot of his own things. So anytime something of his comes out, I always pick it up for the visual storytelling. If the written storytelling aspects of it aren't as strong. Still really enjoy it. Final issue of this little mini-series of Resident Alien, The Man with No Name. Clearly interested to see what goes on with it. It's just always a really fun story about our alien friend here. He's kind of been exposed in this. He's found some people in the town who know who he is, know he's an alien. He almost has a relationship with his kind of nurse/secretary woman that's with him. So we'll see how that all works out. Really interesting. I just enjoy the Resident Alien stuff. It's kind of those things. It's typical in a Dark Horse release in that it's kind of like the Lobster Johnson stuff and oh shoot, I'm drawing a blank. Baltimore comics. They come out in little miniseries, but those miniseries all tie together, to make one larger story kind of a thing. I really enjoy books being put out in this way. I don't necessarily have to have a monthly book, as long as each time a miniseries or the one or two issues that come out in a consistent order. As far as that goes, all for it. I really like that. What the hell? I thought the last issue was the last issue of Red Thorn. So is this the last issue of Red Thorn? And I was right. The artist on this is the artist who did the last issue of Faith that I talked about last week. I don't know. I don't know now. I don't know. Hard to tell exactly what's up here. Oh, Kelly's got some art on this too. So this also has some Ryan Kelly in it too, which I'm all for Ryan Kelly artwork. Yeah, it says here that Megan Hetrick and Ryan Kelly are the artists. It doesn't tell us who did what pages, but it's pretty easy to tell right off the bat. Ryan Kelly pages. I'm a big Ryan Kelly fan. Clearly Ryan Kelly pages. Woo! Look what the hell is going on there. This is a lot of Ryan Kelly. What? Did they just do the last page? So, and here's the Hetrick pages. So, yeah, anyway, I need to spend too much time on that. But once again, maybe this is the final issue of Red Thorn. I thought the book was ending. I thought it was ending right away. So who knows? I don't know. Another issue of No Mercy. I just always really love issue number 12. Always really love No Mercy. I will just continue to describe it as like a 1980s, early 80s survival horror book. And I don't say horror as in, ooh, monsters are coming to get you, but it's kind of the, group of college kids goes out into the forest or whatever and get attacked by lots of bad guys doing all kinds of strange sorts of things and whatnot. And they have to kind of survive and get back and whatnot. But lots of really interesting social commentary in the book too. Just really, really enjoy the hell out of it. Glad I listened to Christina, who occasionally has been on Comic Book Roundtable in the past, and occasionally talked to her on Twitter. Glad she kind of kept talking about it and whatnot. There was a deal through Discount Comic Service. I could pick up like the first 9 issues at pennies on the dollar, so I did that, and then I've just jumped right on as far as it being a regular ongoing Alex DeCampi book. And here's another Alex DeCampi book. 2 Alex DeCampi books coming out in the same week. Pretty awesome. Mayday issue number 2. The first issue of Mayday was really kind of cool, really trippy. 1960s, the height of psychedelia, drugs, and sex and rock and roll and all that kind of stuff. And there is some government espionage stuff going on, and our Russian spies have stolen some information, but at the same time are out in the mountains getting wasted and having some wild debauchery and whatnot, and it's kind of all blowing up in their faces, and we'll see what happens in it. But it's been really good, great visual work by Parker and Bond. 2 of 5. My last bundle of comics. Let's get pulled out here. Let's see what we got. Oh, New Superman. Issue number 6. I've been enjoying New Superman. I think it's a fun book. So here we're gonna get this whole kind of battle between New Superman and the kind of like our freedom fighters that have appeared, and some of the freedom fighters are kind of gone, aren't just your, they've kind of gone rogue even for the freedom fighters kind of stuff. So we'll see what happens there. Get some old Starro action going on there. Big fan of Starro. I always like the Starro stuff. Always tickled to see Starro appear in any kind of book and whatnot. So looking forward to that. It's just been a fun. It's one of those monthly books that's just $2.99 and just a kind of a fun read. The new Hawkeye issue number 1. Yes, I'm super excited for this. Hawkeye, she is back in L.A., back to being the kind of the detective kind of thing there. Clearly, she's hanging out in the Venice Beach. Love this cover. Excited to see what Kelly Thompson has to say about the character. Adorable Archer takes aim on danger. Jody Valeri covers. Loreto Romero, not really know his art a whole lot. Love Kate Bishop though. Kate Bishop is a favorite character of mine, so I'm really excited to see what goes on with this new Marvel book to pick up that I'm excited about quite a bit. I'm gonna like the art on the inside too. It's they capture some of the Fraction-esque and David Aja style of Kate Bishop, so they're going with some of that. I would guess they're also gonna grasp a hold of some of the elements that clearly in the Young Avengers that Kieran Gillian and Jamie McKelvey put into the book too. So really excited for this book. Yeah, I like I said, just really like the character. There are some Marvel books coming up that I actually am excited about. This is definitely one of them. Hulk's another one. Don't know why it is right now. Mostly it's their female, Marvel's female heroes that I'm really excited about. Of course, American Chavez is going to be come out at some point too. So excited about that. Anyway, another Marvel book. This is my Marvel heavy week. Power Man and Iron Fist, issue number 11. Then they got the marked out Heroes for Hire thing. We'll see what happens. I've actually been enjoying the book. This is a book that kind of did their part of the Civil War, and it didn't really deter from the book too much. So looking forward to seeing what they have in store going forward with that. Red Hood and the Outlaws. We're going to get some full-on Bizarro now. See what happens. See if they can keep Bizarro on their team as they go up against the Black Mask as his ultimate plan has been exposed, and see how that all pans out with Red Hood and Artemis. So, yeah. Why? That book feels thick. Oh, I know why it feels thicker. I heard from Sergeant America that there is this this badass super fold out that he just loves. He thinks it's the best thing. He thinks that it should be in every comic that there ever is, that they should have a crazy fold out like this, because he thinks this kind of marketing is the best stuff either, right, Sergeant America? You just think this is awesome? Because I think it's awesome. Yeah. So, I think the pictures and the characters look freaking cool. Don't get me wrong, but Jesus Christ. Why couldn't they spend this on? Why couldn't they spend this on the comic instead of this? So this is all part of the Suicide Squad Justice League crossover, your checklist, and I of course have dropped both books because I do not want to be tied into this thing at all. So yeah, that's why it feels so thick. I'm like, holy crap, that feels really super thick. And I'm making this video really long, much longer than it should be. I apologize for that. Oh, this is another one of the number ones I'm getting. Rock Stars. It's a Jill Harris book. Megan Hutchinson on art, I believe. Kelly Fitzpatrick. In full color. I bought the first issue. I did not even order the second issue. It was kind of a whim kind of a thing. And after I ordered the first issue, then it was, by the time I got around to, I do kind of like the way they look though. By the time I got around to, because here they are, everybody looks fine. And here, oh, dead and ugly. I have no idea what this book is going to be like. Oh, man. I don't know, though. Looking at the inside of it, depending on what the story's actually like, I may really be upset that I didn't order number 2. Look at the cute kitty. Cute kitty cat. Oops. God, back mirrored camera. I don't want to work with it very well. So yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll regret that. I always like stuff that kind of has to do with rock and roll and that sort of thing and whatnot. So, um, it's like Mystic and Mystic detectives and rock and roll and all that kind of stuff. I'm trying to remember what the premise is of the thing. Jackie Mayer knows what is actually hidden behind the music and what the backwards messages really say, but he's not the only one listening. Nativity and Blacklight. Yeah, I may be really punching myself by the time I get done reading this book. May have to do some scrambling and see if I can get issue 2 and get on issue 3. I'm thinking after I ordered issue number 1, then when it got time to order number 2, I was thinking, well, I shouldn't be adding a whole bunch of new books to my list, but so I decided not to get that. I don't know. Looking at the art now, I'm wishing I had. At any rate, Supergirl issue number 4. I'm going to deal with more of Cyborg Superman. We'll see how that all pans out. I was worried that this Supergirl is going to be kind of a kind of get suckered into every con that she gets sold. Not the case. Strong character. We'll see what happens in it. I have been enjoying it. I like this kind of different art style for the book and whatnot. So, and finally, get this video over with. Superwoman issue number 5, Dark Mirror. I have really been enjoying Superwoman a lot. Shocking how much of the super family stuff I have really been liking. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun. Really enjoying it. So excited to read that too. Lots of great books to read. Once again, for anybody who hasn't watched my What the Fugue, you should go watch the What the Fugue. There will be a comic round table this week. It's not really necessarily going to be talking about these books. I mean, we might talk about this week's books. It's going to be more just kind of because it's kind of the last round table of the year, where it's going to kind of have a party and have some fun. So if you're interested in being on the show, come on. If you're not, be in the comments, make some comments. We will actually be talking to the people in the comments. I mean, I know I kind of talk to them if they are helping us out with relevant information, but this time you will really be part of the show. So, thanks for watching, and happy reading. What I missed this week. What awesome book came out this week that I did not pick up? Let me know. Anyway, have a great one, everybody.